Good evening to you. Welcome to News 360 and this live news up here at Desawe in Kanda. My name is Alfred Okansi.
And I'm Natalie Fort. A look at the top stories this evening.
360 Headlines is brought to you by
GT Bank
and Calipo. Said kidnapper in Accra flees while being interrogated by the police.
And Amnesty International Ghana urges government to provide conducive environment for the safety and security of journalists.
Also ahead this evening, former CEO of Maslock, Sedna Tamaklo Ationo, and operations manager Daniel Exim, accused of causing financial loss to the state among other charges, granted bail.
Also in the bulletin tonight is the harrowing story of a mother whose 11-year-old son's kidney cancer has virtually turned her into a beggar.
And on the international front this evening, Code of Conduct Tribunal adjourns trial of suspended Nigerian Chief Justice Walter Onujen until February 13. The details of these and much more coming to you live here on News 360. Remember, you could watch us on DSTV channel 279 and on Facebook, it's TV3 Ghana. Let's get started this evening as a suspected kidnapper fled while being interrogated by the police close to the Ghana Institute of Journalism. A woman believed to be in her 30s was seen lying in the car before the driver sped off.
According to eyewitnesses, the suspect, driving a black Mitsubishi Pajero with registration number GT73510, stopped to ask for directions to the main road linking the Ghana Institute of Journalism and Osu. A young lady who appeared dazed was seen lying on the front passenger seat of the car. This raised suspicion from the people in the neighborhood, who raised an alarm.
I was sitting outside the gate there. When the car, as if he made like he's passing, he turned the car over there, and then he come and park here. I could see that they opened the boot. I was there when I heard that the car moved, and then the police people started shooting, giving warning shot. And they took a taxi from there. They were shooting at that. They went, and then the taxi driver came back. We stopped and asked him, "Did they get the driver?" They said no, they couldn't get him.
Private security and police personnel from a nearby residence rushed to the scene to interrogate the man who had a police cap lying in his car. He explained that she offered the lady who is his customer a lift, but when he was asked why he had a police cap in the car when he has clearly indicated he's not a policeman, he sped off. The police fired gunshots and subsequently chased him in a taxi but could not catch up with him. The incident has since been reported at the Tesano police.
Certainly a worrying development there. And we'll be staying on that issue and bringing you a lot more on it here on News 360 and our subsequent bulletins on TV3, so stay with us.
Certainly. Well, the Amnesty International Ghana is urging government to provide a conducive environment for the safety and security of journalists following recent brutalities meted out to some journalists, with the latest being the murder of Tiger Eye PI journalist Ahmed Hussein Swale. The call was made at the GJA's Media Security Seminar here in Accra.
The seminar, which focused on safety and security of journalists, assembled experts within the security setup to share their ideas on the subject. Country Director of Amnesty International, Robert Akoto-Amuafo, employed government to show adequate commitment towards the safety of journalists.
Government has to show continuous, unbiased commitment towards ensuring that journalists operate in an environment where rule of law is respected and journalists are not abused or harassed because of their jobs. This will not only be beneficial to journalists, but also to government, as it works towards promoting itself as a human rights abiding government and a government that respects democracy.
Security analyst Emmanuel Sowate advised journalists to make their personal security a topmost priority.
Normally, everybody should have some personal security arrangements, no matter where you work. You have personal security arrangements, different kinds. And so I hear people saying that give me security, me as the individual. But if the person is targeting you and cannot get you, he will go for your children. If you have children, he will go for your spouse. And that is why it is important that even within media houses, you should know, depending on the context and condition, why, under what circumstances, how your media house is seen. That should help you where you park your car. So, for example, if you're going to park your car and you know that in this gathering, I am perceived X, Y, you park your car somewhere.
Veteran journalist and managing editor of the Inside newspaper, Kwesi Pratt Jr., blamed the frequent assault on journalists to politicization of the profession.
Partisan politicization of journalism is a very, very dangerous development. So, amongst us, we see ourselves as NDC journalists and NPP journalists and CPP journalists. It's the most dangerous development. So you have journalists who are ready to condone the harming of other journalists because they do not belong to the same political tradition or they do not think together.
He wants the Ghana Journalists Association to focus on its core mandate of protecting the interests of journalists.
We have come together as journalists to form an association for no other reason than to protect our profession and to make our profession grow. That's all. But you see, if you watch sometimes our leaders and so on, extraneous things are now becoming the focus, and I'm very deeply worried. Our association is a secular organization. The things that don't concern us are useless.
Let's turn to some other stories this evening. As former Chief Executive Officer of the Microfinance and Small Loan Center, MASLOC, Sedina Christine Tamaklo Ationo, and the Operations Manager of MASLOC, Daniel Exim, have both pleaded not guilty to 78 charges leveled against them. The two who were granted bail were ordered by the courts to present their passports to the court registrar and to meet the bail condition before leaving the court premises. Here's reports by Godfred Tanam.
The two, Sedna Christian Tamaklo Ationo and Daniel Azim, pleaded not guilty to stealing, causing financial loss to the state, causing loss to public property, improper payment of public funds, unauthorized commitment in financial obligation for the government, money laundering and contravention of the Public Procurement Act. Making their first appearance before the Financial and Tax High Court, their charges were read to them, which followed with their pleas. The accused persons were granted bail on the application of their lawyers to the tune of 5 million cedis to Sedina Tamaklo with 2 sureties and 1 million cedis to Daniel Azim with 1 surety. The court, presided over by Justice Sophia Sewa Asaribotri, ordered the prosecution to within 10 days ensure the defense teams are served with all necessary documents and the defense team 3 weeks to study the documents. Representing the state was the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Sophia Ekofo. The first accused person, Sedina Tamaklo, was represented by Agbesi Jakpasu, and the second accused person, Daniel Azim, was represented by Alfred J. Mensah. Closed-door case management proceedings will begin on March 4, which will be followed by open court trial. Godfrey Tanam, TV3 News, Accra.
Now, the coalition of aggrieved men's gold customers have threatened a nationwide protest against government over its failure to pay them their monies. According to the group, the disposition of government so far raises serious doubts over its commitment to resolve their problems.
The agitated customers at a news conference outlined several proposals governments could adopt to manage the situation. According to the secretary of the group, Emmanuel Odate, members of the group will not rest until their demands are met. They also indicated their resolve to petition foreign embassies and Ghana's development partners on the issue.
This ultimatum expired on Thursday, 7 February 2019. In the event that government failed to act fast and swiftly on our plight and neglect our call for a commission of inquiry, the aggrieved customers of men's gold will lead a 1 million membership demonstration across the country.
They insisted there's nothing wrong with government using taxpayers' money to settle them.
We want to say emphatically, with no revocation, that we, coalition of aggrieved customers of men's gold members, are looking forward to receiving our money in full of our principle before we can rest in this our struggle for justice and accountability. Yes. In the same way, government was able to bend its fingers to salvage the collapsed bank owned by private individuals because of failed government regulatory institutions. The same way we coalition members want government to bend its fingers to fulfill our demand.
The group also had some few words to share on the arrest of Mensgo CEO Nana Mensah in Dubai.
Even though Yoko alleged recent freezing of assets and properties of Namwan and Mensgo appears rather belated. However, we are concerned that Interpol database is yet to register details of Nana Appiah Mensah, even though his warrant is a red alert.
Some other news this evening. A digital campaign dubbed My Chocolate Experience for the 2019 National Chocolate Day celebration has been launched to create more awareness on the day. It is under the auspices of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Cocoa Board and Cocoa Processing Company.
The National Chocolate Day celebration was instituted by the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts in 2005 to change the perception of Valentine's Day celebration to the promotion and consumption of made-in-Ghana chocolate and other cocoa-based products. It was also to create awareness for Ghanaians to appreciate health benefits of chocolate and to promote Ghana as a preferred destination for chocolate production.
Ghanaians have not become aware about the health benefits of cocoa. We are introducing chocolate consumption, that's cocoa products, in the school feeding program. The best thing is that they will encourage their parents to buy cocoa products for their home, and even as they grow, they will also buy cocoa and eat cocoa products.
This year's celebration is to make people understand and enjoy the processes of cocoa from the farm to the supermarket.
When you talk about my chocolate experience, what we're trying to say or draw attention to is that before you get that bar or you pour that chocolate drink, remember that it's coming from somewhere. So we are taking patrons through that whole chocolate experience, from the farm to drying to production to the market to distribution. Every body within that value chain will be recognized.
People can share their experience on social media with photos with the hashtag #MyChocolateExperience or Chocolate Day 2019, or answer daily questions and win various prizes. Deputy Minister of Tourism Olivia Opoku Adoma requested that the annual celebration should not be centered in Accra.
I would love that in future we even take the celebration to the cocoa growing areas, as such we also be Biani and Brahafu area. You know, we always centered everything in Accra, and I believe that the time has come. We are talking of decentralization, but we haven't done much about it. Let the other people where they grow the cocoa to experience the chocolate day.
Other activities to mark the day include health walk, field trips, inter-school quiz competition and exhibitions.
Good time to enjoy about chocolate and take a picture and put it on Facebook or any other social media platform. But on MTN Video Report today, our citizen journalist Christian Zogli highlights the poor state of kindergarten blocks for the Petwa Adofe DA Primary School in Ho West.
This is Christian Zogli in the Ho West of the Volta region. And this is the KG block as well as class 1. This is the pillar that holds the roof, but this is where our kids sit to learn. This is the KG classroom. And this is the board the madam uses. I am appealing to the benevolent society. I am appealing to the government to come to our aid. This is Christian Zogli, your citizen journalist for TV3, reporting from Boeta Adofe DA Primary.
This is disaster waiting to occur. We hope the intervention will be swift 05514330044 is a WhatsApp number we use. You can send your video report to.
We're watching News 360 from the News Hub here at Adisawe Kanda. Let's take a look at what's still ahead tonight. Harrowing story of a mother whose 11-year-old son's kidney cancer has virtually turned her into a beggar.
And on the foreign front, Code of Conduct Tribunal adjourns trial of suspended Nigerian Chief Justice Walter Onogbeng until February 13. There's more coming up tonight in the world of business right after this. Stay with us. Hello, very good evening to you and warm welcome to the business segment on News 360. My name is Pa Kwesi Asare. Now, to our very first story, the Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, says government will pursue stronger policies to ensure inclusive economic development. He gave the assurance when a delegation from the International Democrats Union, that's the IDU, called on him in Accra.
The delegation from the International Democrats Union, IDU, is in Ghana for a two-day conference on economic development. The International Democrats Union IDU, which is a center-right group, has 18 participating countries worldwide. In Africa, it is represented by the Democratic Union of Africa, DUA, with 14 membership countries. The conference will focus on strengthening and improving standards of living among citizens in member states. Secretary General for International Democrats Union, Christine Kartner, called for support to fight anti-democracy in Tanzania.
And these are friends in Tanzania, Chadema. We've seen over the last years blackmailing, assassinations, killings, arbitrary arrests. So these are the things we would like to abandon from the policy world.
Chairman of the new Bawumia stressed on inclusiveness as a key ingredient for development.
You are talking about inclusive economic development, and that is very consistent with what we want to do, or we collectively share. That if you are focusing on the principles of democracy, freedom, and free market, it's the most important vehicle to include the people in the development space. And if you have more inclusive, more transparent development, then politically you are in a better shape.
The Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, later received a plaque on behalf of the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and also received a book aimed at promoting democracy and transparency in most member countries. In other news, Bayport Savings and Loans has launched its new motor insurance policy. A unique feature of the policy is that customers can now pay their premium monthly instead of the usual annual payments required by other insurance companies.
The new Bayport Motor Insurance Policy is a strategic partnership between Bayport Savings and Loans and Star Assurance. Executive Director of Star Assurance, Boatimar Dufour Bafo Ewua, said the policy is designed for convenience.
It's available to both customers of Bayport and the general public. So you can actually go into Bayport, get your motor insurance, get your certificate, get all the relevant documents and leave on the same day. So we are serving different financial products under one roof. So that means that we are essentially using the large and big network of Bayport to sell our insurance products.
The Bayport Motor Insurance covers third-party fire and theft, as well as comprehensive. Insurance manager at Bayport Savings and Loans, Mame Sapon, said the new Bayport Motor Insurance policy is aimed at making insurance affordable.
Comprehensive policy is quite expensive, so we came up with this product so that you'll be able to be on comprehensive policy, enjoy all the benefits of comprehensive policy, and then make sure that you have the relaxed benefits of making sure that you pay your monthly cover.
Deputy Commissioner of the National Insurance Commission, Michael Ando, urged players in the industry to take advantage of the enabling environment in the bank assurance space.
What we have to do is the policy that we've set. It's up to the players to come together and say that they want to form more collaborations and sell it. And I'm glad to see Star and Bayport today collaborating to sell non-life.
Bayport has a network of branches and agencies nationwide and currently employs over 2,000 Ghanaians. It has advanced over 1 billion cedis to more than 400,000 Ghanaian workers and businesses, helping them meet their financial goals and life aspirations. In 2018, Bayport Savings and Loans was listed as the 57th most profitable company by Ghana Club 100.
Away from the insurance industry, 4 new categories have been introduced in the 2018 Ghana Beverages Award. The event, dubbed Drink Ghana, is intended to complement government's See Ghana, Eat Ghana, Wear Ghana and Feel Ghana campaign.
We officially declare the 2018 Ghana Beverages Award officially launched.
The new categories are the International Wine of the Year, International Beer of the Year, International Spirit of the Year, and the New Beverage of the Year. Brands which have enjoyed tremendous patronage while adhering to quality standards will receive the awards.
For Product of the Year, we want to make it public. So we want the public to nominate their favorite beverage. The international category is a demonstration of our openness to global trends and diversity. Having observed that the beverage space is constantly coming up with some creative inventions, the organizers have also included New Beverage of the Year category.
The director of the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, Samuel Agre, noted the beverages industry needs to be celebrated.
If we are to enjoy the local product, then it means we need also to reach out to the other African countries to ensure that Ghana is well represented with the product that we produce in this country.
The Minister for Tourism and Creative Arts, Catherine Afeku, urged industry players to be innovative.
I'm looking for a very unique category where someone will bottle the apetishi. Vodka in Russia is the same, where we will see palm wine done in a can, so it will rival what we drink off the shores of our country. And when you see Pitot in those simple, brandless bottles, let some of our beverage companies take that challenge.
The awards, launched in 2016, is supported by the Food Research Institute under the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Ghana Tourism Authority, and the Food and Beverage Association of Ghana.
Well, that's all for the very latest in business stories. For more business news, you can log on to our website, www.3news.com. Handing over now to Alfredo Kante. Thank you, Park. We'll see with business. Now, we'll go to some other sad news. But the news of her 11-year-old son with kidney cancer did not only break her heart, but also turn her into a beggar. Hannah Kujo also washes clothes for people at the Kolebu Mother's Hostel to take care of her son and herself. The mother of 3 needs support to cater for her child suffering from kidney cancer.
11-year-old Solomon Kujo, popularly called Baumia, have had his education truncated at this tender age due to his condition. He has been away from school for the past 1 year. His mother, Hannah Kujo, says Solomon became ill and started vomiting consistently. She took him to hospital on several occasions, but the sickness would not go away. Hannah says they then sought for both spiritual and herbal means to know the cause of Solomon's condition.
Doctors phone baby na someone
It is difficult and everything demands money. If at some point the doctors do not support, my son is not able to get his medication. So because of that, I have to take him back. This sickness is not cured at once. So I plead with government and Ghanaians to support us because we are suffering.
This, Dr. Vivian Pencil says, escalates the condition of such children.
For those who present with lumps, so if they get a lump like a jaw mass or a lump in the leg, with that, they might present a bit early because immediately they see the lump, they can bring that patient to the hospital. But if you get something like brain tumors, leukemias, that can take a longer time before you can really make the diagnosis. But for childhood cancers, the best thing is for everyone to have an index of suspicion, no matter what that patient presents with. Because if you don't have an index of suspicion, there is a chance that you'll miss it, and then you'll pick it up only when it's late, and it has spread to other parts of the body.
Solomon's mother later took him to the Fiakonta Hospital, where they were later referred to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Upon several tests, she was told her son had cancer of the kidney. But how would a mother take such a news?
Doctor ba fa tissue na minim no de beye ti e wona ode na no sha se mo de tissue no maami.
One of the doctors asked if I could stand the news. He gave me a tissue and said your child is suffering from kidney cancer. So I asked how my son got that sickness because I know cancers are for adults. I wept and they told me everything will be all right.
Me knew idea a man here cancer. Akola we is a bed then when you cancer. No say cancer.
The cost of care, she says, is unbearable for her. She has to beg or wash clothes just to cater for their basic needs. Hannah is appealing for support as all hope is lost due to lack of financial support.
It is difficult and everything demands money. If at some point the doctors do not support, my son is not able to get his medication. So because of that, I have to take him back. This sickness is not cured at once. So I plead with government and Ghanaians to support us because we are suffering.
As the world marks Cancer Day to raise awareness and take action to reduce the devastating impact that cancer has on people, the plight of mothers like Hannah Kujo must be looked at to better cater for her son. Who knows what Solomon would become in future? A very sad one there. Now, we encourage all of you who are in the position to visit TV3 premises here at Adesawe Kanda to contribute and help save Solomon's life. Now, cancer, in fact, is preventable. And as you heard Solomon's mother say, she was relatively surprised knowing that her son at that age could develop cancer. But it is developed even as a child. There is childhood cancer. And there are 10 prevention tips that any parents, adults, the youth, or any individual should put in place to ensure that the likelihood of developing cancer is drastically reduced. Now, the issue of smoking you shouldn't start smoking if possible, and if you have begun, it should be stopped or shouldn't even be started at all. As we know, smoking is in fact the the leading cause of cancer, and it's a habit that contributes to cancers of the esophagus, cancers of the larynx, the mouth, the throat, and other parts of the body. Exercising is very, very key, and any form of physical activity, even if it's a moderate form of physical activity, does help to reduce the occurrence of cancer in the body. And moderate alcohol consumption is also key, and trying to take some time to study the family history, which isn't too common here. And also getting immunized is a very important step in ensuring that cancer is reduced or prevented. The issue of practicing safe sex is also incredibly important as well in helping to ensure that cancer does not even begin in the body. Now, the act of safe sex makes it less likely to contract cancer, and because sexually transmitted diseases like HIV increase the likelihood of getting cancer, and getting regular checkups and limiting the consumption of red meat is also incredibly important, as well as maintaining a healthy weight. And so these are just a few steps that we should all put in place to ensure that cancer and the likelihood of cancer is drastically reduced. But once again, we encourage you to support Solomon if you can by visiting TV3 premises. Alfred?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's something that has to be worked on.
It is something that has to be worked on. It certainly is. Yeah.
We all have to take precaution, really. Especially when it's even coming in that more young people are contracting neck cancer because of oral sex and all of that. It's
very disturbing. Yeah?
Absolutely. We'll be back shortly with some more stories. Stay with us.
It's a magnificent Monday night. Good evening. Welcome to Entertainment and Lifestyle News with me, Nana Kwedrado. Now, we're starting off with celebrations. The battle lines have been drawn as 4 groups have booked places at the grand finale of TV3's singing competition celebrations. Now, what is at stake is a 15,000 Ghana cedis cash prize and other attractive packages.
You got to worship and as you push, continue on the whoosh, cause after you push, you gotta whoosh, your breakthrough will drop. After you pray, you gotta worship and as you push, continue on the whoosh, cause after you
hard-fought contest as the poised groups battled it out for supremacy as Ghana's outstanding choral or a cappella group. The last and final week of eviction saw contestants churn out some spirit-lifting songs from neighboring countries. Representing South Africa, the courts were adjudged best performer for the night.
The performance is called.
For the first time in the history of this year's competition, 2 groups, OK and Chord, shared the Best Costume Award for the night. The Chord, OK, Salters, the royalty group, have booked places at the much-anticipated grand finale. But unfortunately, it was the end of the road for their Shyman-based ETW crew, as they were evicted, shattering their dreams of making it to the final.
Okay, hold on. You've mentioned the group. Okay.
We were wondering if we could make it, but God being so good, we found our grounds and we are here. We thank God so much. And for the finals, we promise nothing but the best. Expect something great from the Salters.
The groups that we came to meet, and then we made it to the final 4. All I can say is that glory be to God.
Winners will take home a 15,000 cedis cash and other amazing packages.
And the final of celebrations is coming up on the 17th of February. We're bringing you more information on that. Now, moving on to other stories. It's been a year and 3 months after actress Yvonne Nelson welcomed her first baby, Ryan Roberts. Now, how has the actress been coping with motherhood and a demanding career? Now, we are also asking if Yvonne is nurturing thoughts of having a second child. Uzu Arai has been speaking to her.
Now, how is baby girl doing?
She's very well. She's upstairs. She's sleeping. Do you want to see her?
Celebrated actress Yvonne Nelson and baby daddy Jamie Roberts welcomed their first daughter Ryan Roberts on October 2017. The 33-year-old actress described her motherhood experience as both fun and difficult.
It's difficult being a mother. I thought it was going to be all cute and lovely. I mean, it's lovely. I'm enjoying it, but it's so hard. It's really, really hard because you're just responsible for this, fragile, feeble, individual baby. And you always have to. Your eyes has to be on her like 24/7. So that alone is a lot of work, carrying her, feeding her.
The actress and producer is very much aware of how demanding her job is. On a busy day, Yvonne Nelson leaves Ryan home in the care of a nanny.
Yeah, not really. I usually don't take her out that much because I have a great nanny, so she helps me, and my mother also helps me.
The actress also revealed her baby daddy, with whom she's been co-parenting, has been a pillar of strength and support.
And her dad, of course, also does help, when he's around. He just left here 2 days ago. So, yeah.
The man is in charge.
Oh, yeah. He's an amazing dad. I wish I had a daddy like that.
What has he been doing? What makes him an amazing person?
Because he's always, he tries. He comes around a lot. He You know, I know how fathers are, because I didn't really have a dad, you know, growing up. So I appreciate him and all he does for Rin. He's always around, you know, caring for her. You can just tell, you know, a good dad when you see one.
But has she any plans of giving birth to a second child?
Another one coming, another baby coming. And we don't have to rule out that one. So
Yeah, of course, definitely. I mean, Rin should have a sibling. In God's time. In God's time.
The Sin City producer also ruled out thoughts of giving birth to another baby, noting she wants to focus on work for now.
I think I should do some, you know, a few jobs here and there before another baby comes in. So I'm not ruling it out. Of course, I've thought about it, but for now, let me just focus more on, you know, work and how to get the monies in, and then baby number 2 would find her way. I want another girl.
And that's about it for entertainment news, and we're wrapping up the news as well. My name is Nana Quadrado. Motherhood has not been easy for Yvonne.
It hasn't. Alfred, you seem to have no words.
I
but
don't have
she's
anything.
happy.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah, she is. She
Absolutely.
is happy.
You know, we can only wish her all the best. I mean, yeah. It's a beginning of a new week, and certainly for you, our viewers, we say thank you very much for staying with us here on NEWS360. My name is Alfred Akansi.
I'm Natalie Ford. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely evening.